What is appropriate? It is expected that you wear clothes that everyone wears for office, what is commonly known as office wear. The clothes must be of mild colors, not too dark or gaudy. If printed, small print or pattern is preferable. The color combination of your clothes, such as shirt pants, salwar kameez, should also be mild, not too bright. Your clothes must be freshly washed and clean. The clothes preferably should be ironed. You must wear clothes that you feel comfortable in. Select clothes that make you feel confident. It is safer to keep the clothes ready 2-3 days before the interview. Avoid any last-minute preparations. Your objective must not be to stand out in a group. You want to appear neat and presentable. What is inappropriate? Your clothes must not be too bright or with very large print or pattern. Do not select clothes that are too loose, oversized, or too tight, undersized. Avoid clothes that glitter or have sequins on them that shine. If the ladies wear a long scarf or a dupatta, pin it up well so that it doesn't keep slipping off the shoulders. This is to avoid adjusting it repeatedly. If it is a shirt, then it should be only of a single color. It must not have patches of colors. Freshly washed, clean clothes are essential. Clothes that have been used before always carry some body odor. Even if we do not sense it, others can certainly smell it on you. So avoid wearing used clothes. What is the consequence? If we are uncomfortable in what we are wearing, it adversely affects how we speak during the interview. If we are dressed fancily, as if we are attending a marriage ceremony, or too casual, as if we are at home, then the interviewers are distracted by your unusual choice of dressing. This takes away the effect of your answers, however good they may be. Such things may lead to a first impression being formed that you are a nothing special or not so good kind of a candidate quite early in the interview by the interviewers. If the candidate is neat and tidy, then it creates a good impression. What is appropriate? Your hair must be neatly trimmed and combed. Upon reaching the venue, if you feel that your hair is tousled, you must quickly tidy it up in the washroom. For this, it is always better to carry a small comb. Ladies too must ensure that they keep their hair neat. Merely pulling it all back tightly for a pony or a plait is not enough. Strands of loose hair or fancily cut hair locks or bangs may dangle over your eyes or face, which makes you look casual and untidy. Dry hair or hair that is not oiled usually gets tousled quickly, so ensure that your hair is neat and well set. What is inappropriate? Haircut or the hairstyle must not be such that you need to keep flicking hair back from your face or keep tucking it behind the ear. This goes for men as well as ladies. Ladies must not have many and colorful hairpins or bands in hair. Your hair must not be very oily too, because then your face too looks oily. What is the consequence? Keep in mind the fact that if the interviewer sees untidy hair or casual hairstyle, It may suggest to them that the interview is not an important event for you. Do not forget that a casual, untidy appearance results in helping the interviewer lose interest in speaking to the candidate. The interviewers would always prefer speaking to a neat, tidy candidate with a pleasant appearance. This must be kept in mind by the candidate. Accessories mean the things that we carry or wear with the dress or clothes. For example, accessories are finger rings, toe rings, necklaces, bangles, a wristwatch, etc. It also includes nose studs or rings and anklets and nail paint too. Even your mobile phone is an accessory when you carry it with you. What is appropriate? Wearing minimum accessories is always advisable for an interview. Things like neat dressing, confidence, and being well prepared to speak are the most important things for the interview, not your accessories. For ladies, accessories like a thin chain around the neck, maybe a bangle and simple small earrings should be enough. Your nails must be trimmed and clean. If a lady is keen on painting her nails, it must be of a mild color and must never be chipped. Chipped nail paint or gaudy colors make you look very shabby. If men have a wristwatch, then nothing else is needed really. You must always carry a pen. It is often needed for forms to be filled and for signatures. It is not nice to go to others asking to borrow one when you go for an interview. It is absolutely essential to keep your cell phone on silent mode all the time while you are at the venue of the interview. What is inappropriate? A thick metallic shiny chain around the neck, a big bracelet on the wrist, large or many finger rings or toe rings, a prominent earring on a man's ear, bangles, bracelets or anklets that go jangling or tinkling, ladies wearing large shiny earrings. See, what is the consequence? The inappropriate things listed here are likely to create an impression that you do not consider this interview as anything important. Accessories that make sounds also means that you are taking the interview quite casually and are not mature enough to see the requirement of the occasion. Do not forget this. As a result of the above, the interviewer's interest in you also drops and the whole interview is negatively affected. What is appropriate? You must have a pleasant expression on your face. This is possible if you realize that there is no need to let others see that you are under pressure. It does not help you in any way. If you take a deep breath while entering the interview room, it helps you to relax and have a pleasant expression. A very faint smile on your face is better than having a serious, worried face. It is necessary to look directly at the person who is asking the question when you answer. If there are more than one interviewers, then while answering, try to look at all of them turn by turn. Remember that even your expression can create a good impression before you answer the questions. What is inappropriate? You are likely to be a little tense before the call comes for you to enter the interview room. If you quickly get up, walk over and enter the room when called, you possibly will be a little out of breath. This can adversely affect how you answer the questions. Also keep in mind that facing a highly worried or very tense person is an unpleasant experience for the interviewer too. What is the consequence? Your expression of stress or worry is likely to discourage the interviewer from asking all the required questions, so the interview may not be conducted well or thoroughly. What is appropriate? Usually, the candidates are asked to be seated and their names are called out for the interview. When it is your turn, you reach the interview room and maybe you see a closed door. In such a case, you are expected to lightly knock on the door and wait to hear a response saying, "Come in, please." Even if the door is open, stand at the threshold to ask, "May I come in?" and enter only when invited to do so. If you do not hear any answer for some moments after asking the permission to go in, then push open the door a little and peep inside. If the people inside ask you to wait, keep standing outside the door. Enter only when "Come in, please" is said. When entering, do make a mental note of the number of persons inside. Do not sit till you are asked to. When you do sit, sit straight. After taking the seat, smile mildly and give eye contact by looking at the interviewer. If there are more than one person, try to look at all of them in turns. What is inappropriate? Do not sit unless you are asked to. Go near the interview table and stand respectfully and quietly. When you take the seat, adjust yourself in the seat. Once seated, you must not move much or wriggle in the seat. Sit and look straight up. Don't hang your head. Do not slouch. Do not sit with hunched shoulders. Do not keep fidgeting. Do not look around the room much. Keep your attention towards the people in front of you. What is the consequence? The interviewers are always experienced and efficient people, and they know how to put a first-timer candidate at ease for a good interview. So you need to do the best you can. You need to take care that a less than good appearance or stress or hesitation must not stop you from answering to the best of your ability. Other instructions. Rushing to answer. You are not expected to answer a question instantaneously. You can certainly take a breath, think for 1 or 2 seconds before you start answering. But fresh candidates tend to immediately rush into answering. That affects the quality of the answer. Therefore, it is of utmost importance to practice taking a few moments and then answering a question. This manner of answering must be practiced essentially some days before the interview. Listening to the questions or instructions carefully. You must hear the question very carefully. If you don't, your answer may not be appropriate to the question. Listening to others carefully must be practiced some days before the interview. While answering, you must look directly at the interviewer. Do not look down or elsewhere when answering. Very important point. Your cell phone must be completely silent through the entire duration of the interview. How to answer? Remember to take a good long breath before starting an answer. Speak clearly and check if the other person has heard you well. Do not assume that they must have heard you. You must reach the venue for the interview well ahead in time. If you are new to the city where the interview is going to be held, then ensure that you personally go and see the place and work out how to reach it in expected time in the best way possible for you. It is essential that when you go for the interview, you carry a printed copy of the call for the interview that has details like the address, timing, etc. In case there is some mix-up, you can furnish proof that you did not make a mistake. Do not keep any other work or errand on the day of the interview. Keep that day free for the interview. It is absolutely necessary to reach the venue at least half an hour before the time of the interview. The delay in reaching often creates stress or panic, and that is bound to affect your performance negatively. Therefore, you must be careful about the time. Being fidgety. When you are speaking in an interview, do not keep fidgeting with things like a mobile, a file, or a purse. Similarly, biting nails or playing with a handkerchief should be absolutely avoided. Most importantly, if at all you make a mistake while speaking, do not get upset or disappointed. Everyone makes mistakes. Keep it in mind that each candidate will be making at least one mistake. Doing this can help you keep your self-confidence. If you make a mistake. If at all you make a mistake or say something wrong, it's okay. There is no need to feel very bad or ashamed. What you must do the moment you realize that you have made a mistake is immediately apologize and correct yourself. The interviewers will surely find it quite appropriate.